I've got the red shirt on, the worst week since 2023. Let's talk about it on the weekend update. Okay, friends, let's take a look at the market after a roller coaster week. First up, here's the market the way we've always been looking at it. Red line here's the S&P 500. Yellow line is the 50-day moving average. Purple is the 200-day moving average. And what do you notice? Well, we had, I think this was the single worst week. That's what CNBC is saying, at least, since 2023. Probably worst week of the year. Really bad stuff. However, I don't want to be too premature on this. Yes, we're still in this 50-day testing phase. If you remember previously, I said, hey, I want to see us get above the all-time high for sort of the all clear. We got close, but I don't think we actually ever got there. So this is still normal 50-day testing pattern that I'm seeing here. This isn't unusual. Yes, the drop is very sudden and it doesn't feel good, but basically the rise was just as sudden. So what this looks like to me, market is still digesting around that 50-day test, and I think that's okay. What I'm actually going to do is look at the market a different way. I'm going to zoom in on this period just to kind of tell you how I think everything is going to shape up. So what I've done here is I've really zoomed in on the yen carry trade unwind. Here's the 50-day, but what I've done now is I've turned the market into candles just so that way you can see what the day's range look like. And here's the way I'm seeing things. So first of all, it looks like we gave up our 50-day and we pretty much gave it up without a fight. So what that tells me is I think the market wants to release on the 50-day here. We'll see on Monday, but we would probably need a strong bounce on Monday to defend the 50-day. If we don't get that, then yeah, we're probably releasing to the 200-day. But here's a little bit of hope that I'm seeing in how the market is trading. If you remember, the low of the yen carry trade unwind was 510 on the SPY, and our 200-day moving average, which is going to be stronger resistance than our 50-day, is at 511. So what that tells me is, every day that passes, every day that it takes us to get down to this 200-day, it's going to continue to rise and rise. So this is actually a pretty productive, pretty positive setup, I think, for us having a successful test on the 200-day. What does that mean? That means we're going to probably, if we release off the 50-day, what the chart magic is telling me is that we're probably going to go back to maybe the lows of the yen carry trade unwind, but we should get a bounce there off of the strength of the 200-day moving average. It's hard to tell, and technicals are one of those things where, whether it happens or not, I can promise you the market isn't looking at this chart. This is just how I'm looking at things. But I think it's totally fine for us to retest those yen carry trade unwind lows, have a double bottom there, maybe off of the 200-day moving average. And just like every other testing period, like the 50-day that we had earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if we punch a little bit below it. Remember my 3% rule. So what do I think? Well, it's not surprising to me that we're going down. Remember, last video we talked about September's seasonal pattern. This is pretty normal for me. We talked about the economic air pocket. That's pretty normal as well. And one of the things that also looks pretty positive for me on the market standpoint, at least so far, if you look at volumes here, this is a measure of how much people are trading. You can see an explosion of volume during our 50-day test previously. We've been moving down a tremendous amount on pretty light volume. So all this looks normal digestive corrective action to me. I don't think we're falling out the window yet. And I think we're setting up for a really confidence inspiring test around the 200-day, maybe later this month. I think if we can get down here by the end of September and then have a really nice send off, maybe into the election ramp thereafter, I think those would be very positive developments. We'll see. We'll see what Monday brings us. We're taking it one day at a time. I'll see you next week for the markets review. Take care. Okay, friends, that was the video. Hope you liked it. If you found it informative, good, entertaining, I'd love if you could scroll down here beneath the video and give me a like there. It helps us out with the algorithm. And then if you want to be notified first of anything new that we upload to the channel, if you come over here, click subscribe, you'll be the first to know as soon as we upload anything. Appreciate it. See you soon.